There goes my ride. Daytona Mike. Dropped me off here at Unicoi Gap from Stanimals around the bend. And a new day has started. Good morning. Climbing up out of Unicoi Gap right now. Got some good climbing today. Gonna head over a few mountain summits, one of which is Trey Mountain. Looking forward to that. Crystal clear blue sky today. Not a cloud up there yet. Doesn't mean there won't be, but as of now, it's a beautiful morning. I think it's supposed to be in the 60s today, so it's gonna be gorgeous. Gonna be a beautiful day. And I got the power bank problem resolved. The other one was on the Ritz, would not take a charge. Was able to get a different one, thanks to Dob there at Around the Bend for helping out. Appreciate that. They got everything you're gonna need when you get there. They got the resupply store, gear shop, whatever you want to call it. They have things that you would need for the trail. So definitely check that out. The Green Dragon is another great option, which I've stayed. You know, I stayed there last year, then I visited them last fall when I did a section. Great people. You have two good options. They're in the Hiawassee area, either Unicoi Gap or Dix Creek Gap. So they're both great places. But enough about that. I shouldn't be talking climbing up that hill. The day has started and it's time to conquer. These vines or branches that look like vines look really cool coming off this tree. That's awesome. You can see it all the way up there. Awesome. .8 miles and 800 feet of elevation. For my math majors, that's 1,000 feet per mile. You gotta love these climbs right off the bat in the morning. Sweat pouring off my brow already. Living life, sun hitting me. The climb, hearing the woodpeckers. Oh my goodness. I live for this. I live for this. Standing on the summit of Rocky Mountain. 1,100 feet of elevation, 1.3 miles of a climb. It mellowed out a little bit, but man, it was great. It didn't even feel like I was doing 1,000 feet a mile there for a minute. Just, I live for it. I can't say it any other way. I love going uphill, and I love to get to see that at the top of a summit. The first summit of the day, Rocky Mountain, is in the bag. Just stopped at the base of Rocky Mountain, which is right there. And as you can see, I delayered. It is warm and it's still early, which means it's going to get warmer. That sun is beating through, feeling like a nice spring day. I think it's supposed to get to 60 to 65 at certain elevations. Obviously not at the very top of like Rocky Mountain. I mean, it was hot at Rocky Mountain. That's where I really felt it. And there was no breeze, so definitely felt the temperature and not the feel-like temperature. Trey Mountain will be coming up here in about 3 miles, and that's the highest point I'll be today. But yeah, I needed to change into the shorts and t-shirt. Didn't really change, just took the base layer off the top. I wear my hoodie base layer, even though it's considered a base layer. I wear it over top my t-shirt for times like this where I need to take it off. I don't do that with my base layer on the bottoms. I keep the shorts over the base layer, kind of like tights or yoga pants or something like that. I don't know, so many different names and labels of things. It's so annoying. They're pants to keep me warm. Well, those are underneath my shorts, so I have to take both of them off to just keep my shorts on. And after I was changing, I realized I'm in a weird spot here. It kind of turns going both directions. Somebody could come around that corner, and if they're really quiet and I didn't hear them, they could get a really good shot, or bad shot, I should say, of Fortune standing in the nude, changing his pants. Nobody needs to see that, ever. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad nobody snuck around like, hey, Fortune, how are you? I watch your YouTube videos. Well, great. Glad I got that changed with no drama. But now I'm feeling free, and you know you're in trouble when I get down to the shorts and t-shirt, because that's me meaning business at that point. I always mean business, though. On to the next conquering mountain. That's my mindset all the time. All right, let's keep going. Indian Grave Gap, Forest Service Road here. Everything is nice and clear. Only seen a little bit of ice again on the trail in one spot that I thought I was gonna actually have to step on. But then there was a tree that was crooked and kind of leaned over, and that's why I thought I was going to step on it, because it was in the way of the trail. But then when I got up to it, I realized I could just hold on to that tree and swing around it like New Hampshire style. Crossing over Indian Grave Gap though, getting ready to climb again. Looks like there's some beautiful rhododendron. Ah, this is gorgeous. Look at that. Hello. There's no Henrys in there. Bummer. That'd be a perfect place for a den. Maybe they're out and about today. It's so nice. So beautiful out here. There's Trey Mountain. Be the next mountain I'm climbing. This one dips down. I've been climbing for about the last half mile or so. Dips down into Trey Gap and then starts climbing up Trey Mountain, which is a 4,400 foot mountain if memory serves me correctly. Just a little bit less than what mountain? Up and up and up I go, hoping to avoid the snow and the ice everywhere off the trail. I don't care, as long as I don't have to walk through it, I'll be fine. I seen some ice and some snow when it wrapped around on the cold side of the mountain, but then it switched back right then, so I didn't have to walk through it. I'm pretty sure at this point it's just straight up ice. Any snow that would have melted or ice that would have melted has just become ice everywhere I have noticed it. So I'm hoping it stays off the trail today and tomorrow. It's gonna be really warm. So when I start getting to the higher altitudes in North Carolina here in a day or two, that hopefully will have started melting off pretty good. All right, I'm out of breath, so I'm gonna quit talking. Nice little outcropping here, coming close to the summit of Trey Mountain. Beautiful. Standing on the summit of Trey Mountain, 4,400 feet of elevation. Beautiful views, not a whole lot of them, as the summit is covered with mountain laurel and rhododendron, but beautiful nonetheless, especially right there. There's some more views in between the rhododendron and mountain laurel that we should see as we continue on the summit and the descent from the mountain. But Trey Mountain is in the bag. This guy thinks it's spring. Running all around these branches, checking me out from afar. Ooh, too fast for me. I lost him. I got my first blister in like 2 years. I switched from Hoka Speed Goats, which are super comfortable, but not as good on my feet. Would get blisters all the time. And I switched from those Hokas to Ultra Olympuses, which I've been wearing, wow, since halfway through the PCT, which was in 2022 till now. So a little over, or a little less than 3 years I've been wearing Ultra, and never get blisters in Ultras, never do. Well, I did now. Got these new shoes. Nothing's wrong with the shoes that I can see, but the right back of the heel, the back of the foot, I felt a burning or something. I'm like, oh man, I might have a piece of something in there rubbing against it. And I take it off. It's like, nope, I had a blister that popped. And I didn't even realize I had a blister. So have a little burning going on. It's just a small one, and it's no big deal. Back when I had blisters, I just pushed through it, you know. Unfortunately, one of those times, one of those blisters gave me a foot infection in Lake Tahoe on the PCT. But that was pretty big, and it caused a pretty deep abrasion, so I had to take a few days let that heal up. But this is just a small, little, tiny thing, easily taken care of and managed and nursed. But that kind of stinks, because, I mean, I guess no shoe's perfect. It's going to have something, but I think there's something wrong with the back of my right shoe, where I think it folds differently or something, because it does rub against the back, and that doesn't happen on the left one for some reason. So there might have been like a manufacturer error on this, but they're still comfortable and they still work just fine. So I'm not the type of person to take things back and complain about things. So that's not going to happen. I'll just get my 500, 600 miles out of them and start using a different pair, but going to have to take care of that for a little bit. But beyond that, I have no problems at all. Just normal aches, I guess. I had a couple of headaches since I've started, but nothing bad. No leg problems, no feet problems, no back problems, no neck problems. Everything's hunky-dory, as my dad used to say. And just trekking along here. It's pretty much 18, 19 miles a day every day so far, but pretty much every one of those days I either started later than I wanted, or I had to get off for one reason or another to do something. Today I got started a little later than I wanted, about 8 o'clock, but that's okay. I was coming from a hostel, so that's to be expected. Had waffles for breakfast, waffles and coffee. Had 4 of those waffles, and that third and fourth one was starting to get a little heavy on my stomach. Don't have the normal hiker hunger. I always have hiker hunger. I'm a hiker that pretty much hikes all the time, so I always have that going on. High metabolism, but not quite as intense as it usually is yet. But it hit me a couple days ago, where I just like started pounding stuff. That was when I was at Neil's Gap. Pounded a bunch of food. I'm not trying to overdo it though either, because I did gain a little bit in those 4 months, even though I was still hiking, still climbing. Wasn't doing near as much as I normally do in between through hikes. And I definitely wasn't doing as much as I do on a through hike, so I wasn't burning as many calories. And somehow I got a little tire on my belly. some love handles and a little pot belly. We're gonna get rid of those, okay? We're gonna get rid of those. I'm saying within the first week or two here, they're gonna be gone, or much more manageable. Because when you're a skinny man like me, you don't like to see that when you look in the mirror. It looks disgusting. Not to mention with my digestive problems and all those other like chronic problems I have, it doesn't help that situation at all. So I start feeling my best when I start hiking my 20 miles a day. The body works like a machine when that happens. All the organs like, okay, now we know what to do. That's a good thing. All right, I'm gonna quit babbling. Get back to walking. It's a beautiful, beautiful freaking day. 65 degrees probably already. It might even get up to 70 today. That sun is probably gonna give me a nice little 1 or 2 level jump of my tan. All right, I'm having a great day so far. About 3,000 feet of elevation, pretty close to it so far today. Keep it going. Oh, I entertain myself so easily. Look at the size of those legs. I'm like 9 foot tall and 7 foot of me is legs. Ooh, slippery mud underneath those leaves. Beautiful forest. Walking on a ridge line. Some quite awesome looking trees and mountains in the background. Yeah, baby. I have come to the crossroads. Looks like there's some camping there. This is where the AT continues. And over here is some more camping up that trail. And then down this trail is water, which I desperately need because I'm down to hardly any. And I'm going to get some water before climbing up the next mountain. But I'm also going to eat some food. I am thinking the sausage and cheese should do the trick. Probably some chips too. Yummy. It's a cool little water source. Really steep descent. Well, not really, but mildly steep descent coming down from up there. This is cool. The spring comes out of the tree or from underneath the tree out here. Plenty of water flowing right now. Fill up here, and here on these steps is perfect, or logs, for me to eat some cheese and sausage. So I think I'm gonna do that. Water. I'm here to tell you, it is warm today. Hardly any breeze makes it feel even warmer. But that's only because there's a lot of climbing involved. I think I'm about 3,500 right now. And my first option, I mean, there's a lot of options, but as far as me and what I would do, my first option to camp tonight is about 7 miles away. And that it will put me about 5,200 feet of elevation for the day. If I continue to go on, I could go up to as much as another 1,000 more of elevation before the next place that I would choose to camp. So that is definitely causing some warmth in the body. I'm just hoping the sun is hitting my face so I can get a tan. I'm so white. Well, actually, my legs need it even more than my face. This Florida boy, well, the majority of my life has been in Florida. And this Florida boy doesn't really like not having a suntan because I'm a beach bum and a mountain man. Mountain man first, I guess, beach bum second, but who's counting? I just need a tan, but I think the sun's been at my back for most of the day, so the back of my legs are probably getting really nice and dark. But it feels good, don't get me wrong. This is mid-60s, possibly 70. It's just a lot of ups and downs. Get you sweating good on a nice grinding day. It's pretty cruisy trail. Now, that is all relative to who's walking it. I say that because I don't mind walking up and down. I don't mind steep elevation. I don't mind that at all. The thing that I don't like is when there's jagged rocks and moving rocks and really thick leaves where there's obstacles underneath, because that slows me way down as I trip. But this is actually a really smooth part of trail. There isn't a bunch of rocks like right before Blue Mountain on yesterday's video. It's pretty straightforward trail. Just walk up, walk down, walk up, walk down, get water, carry weight, have a snack, walk up, walk down. You get my drift. I'm enjoying today a lot. Of course, when it's this beautiful, it's almost impossible for anything to ruin that. It's just so gorgeous out here. First really beautiful day of the year, as far as like spring-like. Like I said, probably mid-60s. Gentle breeze. When there is a breeze, it's real gentle. Just enough to make you go, I'm enjoying it a lot, though. Here in about 1.5 miles, I'll be up on Kelly's Knob, which should be the last summit of the day, unless I continue to go on and hit something else close to the North Carolina border. But I don't see me going on too much further than my first option. But you never know. I might feel all kinds of energy and keep on going. I've been known to night hike before. I got a late start today. Tomorrow I will not, so that'll probably be a really big day tomorrow, as I plan on being in Franklin here in a couple days, Franklin, North Carolina. So I'll be right at 40 miles or less when the day is done. And I say less because it could be all the way down to 30 to 35 if I go far enough, but it should be right around 40. I am babbling. I apologize. I haven't seen many people, and I guess I just want to talk to you. I love you all. Everybody's like, shut up, Fortune, and keep walking. The problem is I keep walking even when I'm talking. So I would walk just as much if I wasn't talking to you, but I'll shut up now because this video is being watched because you want to see the trail. But I digress. Many of you watch these videos because you want to live vicariously and feel like you're right here with me, which is the feeling I try to capture on my videos. And my friends, if you were here with me, you would hear me babbling to you as well. So just know you're getting the real experience. All right, continuing on. I'm sure that does not do it justice, but that trail going up to Kelly Knob looks like it's straight up a wall. It's not. It's 0.9 miles and 800 feet, so close to 1,000 feet a mile. Very similar to Rocky Mountain earlier today. It just looks insane when you're staring at it. I wish you could see in real life how sharp that looks going straight up. I'm ready for it. Let's do it. It's steep. Can feel it in my legs now. Didn't feel it quite as much on the first summit of the day, but I feel it in this one. Nice and steep. Makes me think that a lot of that elevation is the beginning part of that 0.9, and then it tapers off a little, because that definitely felt like a little more than 1,000 feet a mile in the beginning. Woo! Takes quite a bit to get me winded. And I was winded before I started talking to you. Not bad though. And as you can see, I still don't stop. Cali, Cali, Cali. What have I told you about being such a mean mountain? Huh? What have I told you? Sometimes they seem like they're never going to end. It's turning more gradual now, but it still just goes up and up and up and up and up. It just feels like it's never going to get to the top. This summit was well deserved. I'm going to be glad to put this one in the bag, because Kelly was mean today. The weather was beautiful. She didn't throw any obstacles or storms at me. But geez, come on. Get to the top already. Standing on the summit of Kelly Knob, a grueling one in the warm air and sunshine. Well worth getting to the top. Mostly socked in. Right there is the actual summit. I came down like 3 feet to get this little bit of a view right there. That's it. Everything else is socked in. But nonetheless, Kelly, you were a mean one, but Kelly Knob is in the bag. So beautiful when you could see down into the valley or the gulch between two peaks. Just way down. I'm descending right now in a long, gradual descent. And the winter views, you know, some don't like it as much because it's not green or fall where it's colorful. But I like it just fine. All types of forests are still absolutely stunning. Open your heart and take it all in, no matter what it is and what season. Because at the end of the day, it's all magical. Wonder if I'm climbing that next. About 1.5 miles to where I'm setting up camp tonight in a stealth camp spot. Descending right now to Dix Creek Gap, and then I will start climbing again until I get to the camp spot. Most of the elevation is done for the day though, so that's a good thing. I'll be done and setting up here in about 45 minutes or so, because I'm going to stop and get some water on the way, and that'll be the end of that. Over on the other side is that log there. There's a fire pit with a spot or two for some tents, and then you go past that another 10-20 yards, there's a couple more, and then that's where the trail is. And I'm here where there's a lot of open space, but it's all very slanted, except for that spot right there, right here. That is where I'm setting my tent up. This is the view I get going towards North Carolina. And this is the view from where I just came from, where the sun looks like it will be setting over those mountains and probably making for a beautiful sky. Woohoo! Yeah! Camp is set. Dinner has been eaten. 17 miles, 5,200 feet of elevation. Getting ready to drink some herbal tea that's sitting right down there waiting for me. Put everything away, get in the tent, and get some sleep. Beautiful sunset over those mountains. See y'all in the morning.